Okay. So now, I think for those who have missed the last session, here is a recap. That is, we all answered the question why. You know, why we want to be in the fitness journey, right? So we answered these questions and understood what needs to be my why before I get into the, clarity of following my fitness journey, right? Okay. So having understood that, so now you're all ready with your five whys, right? Why you want to be fit? Yeah, you got clarity about it. If you have not got it, then see, it is not that, in one day we understand why I want to be going through, because there's a lot of things that I have to work around before I understand and choose my whys properly. Okay. See, I didn't reach these five whys immediately one day from the bed, right? That didn't happen. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ವೈಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
Good
Okay.
morning, Rashmi. Good morning,
Yeah,
everyone.
good morning. So that is where we have to understand. Okay. So now having understood five whys, that why I want to be fit, why I want to be healthy, why I want to be happy, let's understand today's topic is health. So what is each one of your definition of health? Take a notebook, write it in the book. What is your definition of health? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? So let's put it in the paper, then we'll discuss more on that. So what is your definition of health? ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೇನು? Yes. ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ please go ahead and share. Once you have written. Once you have written. So what according to you is health? So if I'm disease free, am I healthy? So if I'm pain free, am I healthy? Now whatever your definition is for health. Yes, guys, ma'am, you want to share? What is your definition?
Yeah,
Yeah, please go ahead.
yes, I want to. Uh, Being active and happy the whole day
Mhm.
and able to do whatever I want to do without feeling bad about or without cribbing about ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಈ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಅದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ದೆ
Mm.
ಇಡೀ ದಿನ ಲವಲವಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಇದ್ದು
Mm.
ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಮಾಡೋ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಮಾಡೋದು ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Big round of applause to you, Gayatri ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that fabulous definition. Thank you. Anybody else? Because each one of us have different definition for health, right? ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅದು ನನಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸವಿತಾ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾ?
ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಾವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಾವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯವರೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯವರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದೇ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Savita, for that definition. Thank you. Yes, Mitaji.
Yeah, to be in a stage where I am free of pain and sickness, being calm in all situations, and managing my mind well.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Smitaji. Thank you. Suma madam, ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? Okay. Geeta, you there?
Yeah,
ಹೇಳಿಪ್ಪ. The health ಅಂದ್ರೆ
doing
ನಿಮ್
the things, doing
Mhm.
the things without any pain,
Mhm.
being active all day.
Wonderful. And anything else? ಅಷ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಲ್ವಾ? Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Big round of applause to each one of you for sharing your own definition. See, writing, when you're writing, it made it so clear, Alva. So when we're thinking, lot of thoughts come in, and then we don't really know what is the real definition. When we write, then I'm bringing in my body, mind, and soul. Otherwise, I'm just thinking, and then that thought keeps running out of our mind, right? Yeah. So now, having understood each one of our definition, okay, each one of you are right. So big round of applause to each one of us for whatever definition we wrote, because every day we are working on that definition, right? Yeah. So knowingly, unknowingly, we are all thinking what we are thinking as our health, and then we are working around it, right? So today we will get more deeper into that understanding and move ahead. So tell me when you can see my screen, no? Can you all see my screen? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So now, as we understood 5 whys in the last class, let's move ahead. See, the difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. I'm sure you've all experienced this. See, each one of us have a different definition, right? So that is where I want to be. Okay, but then where I'm today is because of what I do every day. Yeah, how many of you agree on this or disagree on this? Yeah, I'm sure each one of us have a definition, but then what we do to reach that goal of definition. Yeah, yes, no, maybe. Correct. So now we all are here because of what we do to reach that goal. So now, having reached, yes, Gayatri ma'am, you want to share something?
No.
Okay. So now, see, that is where, see, it is what I do, it's not what I think, right? So that takes me from where I am today to where I want to be. So now there's a difference between what I think and what I want and what I'm willing to do for that, right? Can you relate to it? ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಡೈಲಿ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲವರೆಗೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಖುಷಿಯಿಂದ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅದು ನನ್ನ ಗೋಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಓಕೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ರೀಚ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಾ? ಸೊ ನಾವು ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪೀಸ್ಫುಲ್, I want to be flexible. Andre, I need to do something for that. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾನ್ ಹಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನ್ ಇವಾಗ ಹಂಗ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. Can you relate to it? So then what happens? There's an emotional turmoil that is built in me. Because where I am now and where I have focused to be are two different identities. So now, will that come walking to me, or should I have to be moving from here to there? Yes, no, maybe. Yeah, correct. So now, the beauty is, I know I am here. I also want to travel this distance and reach here. But then I just sit here and hope that one day I reach here. So did that take anybody anywhere? That will create a lot of challenges within us, because our mental health gets hit hardened over a period of time, because I'm constantly unhappy about the way I am living my life. It is not that I don't know what needs to be done. We are all very, very smart people and we know more than what we need to do. So now that knowledge is not letting me sleep peacefully because I know what needs to be done, right? Yes or no? Are you all here because you don't know what to do? I'm sure you all know much more better than me. Yes or no? So in that case, what difference me from this place to this place is what I'm doing. Clear? Clear? So the focus needs to be on what I am doing, not how much I know, not how much I have accumulated the knowledge. It is not that how good is my definition. So the same definition that each one of you have shared today was not the same 10 years back, right? Yeah? Was it the same? So it may not be same 10 years, or let's forget about 10 years. Let's say another 5 years also, it might not be the same definition. So now, knowing that and working towards that is where the major secret is. Clear? Is it clear so far? So what I do is the most important aspect. Okay. So what is health? Health is a state of complete physical, mental, social well-being and not merely absence of disease or infirmity. See, I'm not saying this. This is World Health Organization, that is WHO. That is what they are stating. Before the definition was that, health means free of disease. Okay, that was what was considered as health. Now it is about your physical, mental, and social well-being. Okay, so all these aspects needs to be considered. Okay, so what all is needed to do that? Okay, so now you need to have a good mood, you need to have a good digestive health, you need to have high energy level, you need to have a supple skin. Functionally, we have to be fit, then we should be free from cravings, feel light and agile. Then body composition also matters. That is more muscle and less fat. So these are the factors which need to be considered when we call ourselves healthy, right? So ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮೂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ and I cannot call myself healthy. ಅಥವಾ ನಾನು ಆರೋಗ್ಯವಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ because my mood keeps varying. ನಾನು ಊಟ ತಿಂದಿದ್ದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಜೀರ್ಣ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. That is when. And then I have no issues with my stomach. ನನ್ನ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಲಿ ಏನು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. That is when I can call myself healthy. My energy level, that is, ನಾನು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ರೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮಲ್ಗೋವರೆಗೂ ಸುಸ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳದೆ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕೆಲಸನೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ಸಪಲ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಗ್ಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ. If that is not there, then I still cannot call myself healthy. And I'm functionally fit. ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲಿ ಫಿಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ನನ್ನ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಗಳನ್ನ ಪೇನ್ ಇಲ್ದೆ, ನೋವಿಲ್ದೆ, ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ. No cravings, because that is equally important. We all have emotional imbalances. When I'm going through that, then I end up craving for food or getting into addictions. So that is all because of the craving. Then ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿನ ಅದೇನೇ ವೇಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಕಿಲೋ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಐ ಫೀಲ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಜೈಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಮೊಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆ ನನ್ಗೆ, ನನ್ ಎದ್ರೆ ನೋವಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕೂತ್ರೆ ನೋವಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಸಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಲೆಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಝೀರೋ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಟ್ ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಅನ್ ಅಚೀವೇಬಲ್ ಗೋಲ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಸಲ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ and then my fat is reduced. Okay, so these are the aspects that needs to be considered when I call myself healthy. I'm sure each one of you added all these components, right, in your definition. So now, did you all get a clarity what needs to be health? Yeah, so ishtu ella components anna nanu balance madidre then I can call myself healthy. So many times. It's not that I can achieve all of this in one day, right? It's all a process. So it might take some time for me to achieve all of this. So, however, what is very, very important and key to all these aspects is continue with what I'm doing when I'm in the process of achieving all these goals. However, what really happens is I start the journey with all the excitement. Yeah. So then what happens? Because the results are not coming at the expected rate, I stop my practices. Then what happens? Yeah. To start with, we all might feel, wow, my body feel light and agile, right? Yeah. So after quitting all the practices, suddenly we start doing workout, or suddenly we stick to some discipline. Then what happens? We all feel lighter, right? So we assume, yeah, I have achieved my goal. And then I just stop it. So then what really happens? So then whatever I have achieved, that is also lost. Right? So that is why, because if I want to achieve all the factors that I have mentioned in the definition of health, then I have to continue with my practices till I achieve all the goals. Agree? Disagree? Because overnight nothing is coming. And see, it's not that we are just focusing on the result when it is not coming, but then we are not focusing on where I didn't do for so many years. That's why I am here. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸೂಪರ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾನು 100 kg ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದೇ ದಿನ ತಿಂದು 100 kg ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ನಾ? ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಇಯರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು 40 ವರ್ಷ ತಿಂದು 100 kg ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ನನ್ನ ಗೋಲ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು 40 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕೆಜಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ 4 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು 50 kg ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ವಾ? So then what really happens? I'm constantly stressed. So it may not be just related to weight. ನನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ aspects ಅಲ್ಲೂ I have become a completely irritating person for myself. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಹುಡ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಖುಷಿಯಿಂದಾನೆ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಾನು 40 ವರ್ಷ ತಗೊಂಡೆ ಈ ತರ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. So then what I have to do? I have to be patient with myself and I have to continue to practice. Alva, can you all relate to this story? Yeah, so it is not just limited to our physical health. It is every aspect of our health is impacted by the number of years that I've gone without practicing. So now I cannot expect the result just because I feel I need to get it. Clear so far, people? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions in this? Yeah, is it simple? Very clear? Wonderful. So shall we move ahead? Okay, so now we understood what are the aspects that needs to be considered. Okay, so now thin is not always healthy. I'm not saying, thin idre healthy irbardu antalla. Adre thin is not the only marker for us to measure the health. There are other markers like weighing scale should not define a person. So if I'm standing on the weighing scale and deciding, oh my God, ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಆರೋಗ್ಯವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. No. See, that is where we are letting our life to be chosen by some, decided by the number. Yeah. So, however, we understood what are the other parameters that needs to be considered, right? So, we have to focus on our good mood. We have to focus on our energy level, flexibility level. then how peaceful we are, how functionally fit we are, and how happy we feel. So these are the markers that we have to consider. Okay, and we won't just decide our health based on this weighing scale number. Yeah, agree, disagree? Yeah, so important, right? So because we have to see all these aspects before we consider our health as a healthy. Good. So far so good. Yeah. So now here is what I want to share from my own experiences. Okay. Have you heard of these 5 koshas? Yeah. So people who are practicing yoga will know this. Yeah. So human beings are made up of 5 koshas. That is Anna kosha, that is physical body, and Pranamaya kosha, that is energy body, and Manomaya kosha, that is emotional body, and then Vijnana kosha, that is wisdom body, then Anandamaya kosha, that is blissful body. So these are 5 koshas that each one of us are made up of, right? So when we are working at our physical body, when we are working at our energy body, when we are working at our emotional body, then we can achieve this wisdom and then blissfulness. Okay, is it clear? Yeah, you've all heard of this, right? Our ancestors have spoken to it many ages ago, right? Okay, so I will bring it out in a more simple and easier manner in the way I have understood to each one of you. Okay, so far any questions, people? Yeah, any questions in so far? Okay, so let's move ahead and understand these koshas very well. Okay, so can you all see my slide? Yeah, so initially when I started my journey of fitness, see, every time when I say fitness, it is only holistic fitness. I'm not just talking about my weight or inches here. Okay, so when I say I started my fitness journey when I'm a doctor, then I was thinking, okay, it's only about our body, right? So ನನ್ನ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ದೇಹ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. That is what I started believing, right? So I was doing everything to keep my physical body fit. So I think at that time I was only 20 years. Okay, so I was thinking, yes, I have to take care of my body physiology, so that I am going to stay healthy and happy, right? Everybody can relate to it. Okay, wonderful. So after I hit 30, then I said, there's something else that is bothering me, which is impacting my happiness, because there are a lot of other factors which play a role, right? So then I started believing, okay, there's something else beyond the body which is impacting our quality of life. So that's when I realized there's something called mental health. So that is mindset. So that is when I moved into a psychology and I started understanding this mindset part of it. Okay, so having said that, having understood the psychology, having understood the physical aspect of it, I started seeing, there's something else which is playing a role in my life. Yeah, which is stopping me from being happy and healthy. So that is when I realized there is something called emotions, which overpower our physical aspect, which overpowers our mental space as well. Okay, so this realization came to me when I was around 30 plus. Okay, so having understood and continuing to work on all these aspects brought me into a new aspect. Okay, so let's see that slide. Okay, so I have understood that, for today, I have understood we are four-dimensional people, right? So we have a physical body, we have a mindset, yeah. So then we also have something called emotions. So when I work on these three pillars of our body, then we reach spirituality. Okay, so spirituality doesn't mean that you have to sit and chant, or it doesn't mean that you have to sit and do your prayers. It is that how well you are connected to your true self. Okay, so that is a spiritual journey for me. So these are my definitions. So until unless I am willing to work on these bases or foundations of spirituality, I will struggle to reach the spirituality that is connecting to myself, right? So I have to sincerely work at my physical aspect. I have to sincerely work at my mental aspect and mindset aspect. And emotions and energy come together, according to me, because when your emotions are low, then your energy is automatically low. When your emotions are high, then your energy is high itself. So this is my understanding of, you know, being holistically happy, right? So until unless I work on these foundations, okay, see, what I have noticed is in the world, maximum percentage of people are stuck at the physical level only. Yeah, so they even are failing to understand that there's something called mental aspect. So this is a process that we all have to go through. See, when I have looked back at my life journey, I have struggled to move from one trajectory to the other one. Yeah, even though, see, knowledge was there always. It is not that I have invented something here, right? It is not that I have come across new and then new people haven't come across. No, it is about us moving with our daily practices, which brings us through all this, right? I'm sure you're all aware there are five koshas. However, what really shifted for me is that, uh, for me to move from one aspect to the other aspect was taking almost 10 years. From me understanding, okay, I have to work only at the physical level, then moving to mindset level took me 10 years. Just imagine. So, what made me to move to multiple levels in the next 10 years was I was willing to seek help. Otherwise, I was doing trial and error, and then I was recorrecting, then I was, self exploring. I was, willing to make mistakes and then learn from it. However, all of that came with the cost of my life. So just imagine if I had started taking help at 20 years. By this time, where I would be, right? So each one of you are willing to seek that help, irrespective of your age, irrespective of your journey. So now, how many of you can relate to the shift in each one of your growth in the last, couple of months or couple of years that you are associated in this journey of holistic fit you or holistic happier tribe? I want each one of you to take a moment, relook at it, and then speak about it. See, because when I declare, then I'm declaring to the universe that yes, this awareness has come to me. Otherwise, I'm just still contemplating. Right? Can you all relate to it? Yeah. So who wants to share? So can you all relate to my life story? Yeah. So each one of you, please share. How was your journey? What were the challenges? Because I went through a lot of challenges. I just put it across in a simple word saying 10 years. However, 10 years were not very comfortable life journeys, right? So now in the span of 10 years that, understanding emotional aspect, mental aspect, and physical aspect, how far I have come and how, shaped up is my life, how happily it is evolving, how, celebrating each moment of my life. It's become so beautiful. However, it was no one who was stopping me to experience that except me, because I was thinking that I can do everything by myself. Can you all relate to it? Yes, please share your experiences and share how your life journey evolved from different, because each one of us have a process. It's not that all of us dropped from the sky and we suddenly started living happy, healthy. That never exists. Yeah. So please, Smitaji.
Yeah. So, like Dr. Rashmi said, the journey was similar to mine also. Like, from 35 years onwards, I've been thinking, about my body, physical aspect only. Why it is not some pains and aches and everything that was coming out. I was trying to solve my problems by myself without seeking much of help, because I don't take any medicines. So I try to avoid the medicines, and I was experimenting on my body with this and that and with my understanding. So 10, almost, 10, 15 years passed by just getting into some exercises and walks and trying to figure it out with lot of failures and ups and downs. I tried with many aspects which is not connected to medicine at all. So finally, I was seeking help, in the sense I was praying for somebody to come and help. That was there always, but it was like, maybe I was not seeking in the right way, or just I don't know what has happened. Whatever it was, after 15 years, I reached a state where I realized that whatever I have been doing for my body, physical body, was not working at all. There was something else that was missing. I was gaining lot of knowledge, as to how it my mind has to be done, and my mind has to be made calm, or some changes has to be done. I realized that a lot of changes had to be made by me, and I started making the changes also, but still it was not, because my journey was alone. It was a very lonely journey which I was going through, and I was doing it by myself, experimenting it with myself, learning it from my trials and errors. So that was very stressful for me. So stressful that I ended up having a panic attack and all that. And then I came seeking help with Dr. Rishmi. Once I joined this association of transformation, then all whatever I have been thinking, it was put in the correct way. It was put in the correct aspect of understanding and being together in the journey with somebody who's been through the journey, and with people around me who's motivates me, really took me into another level, speeded up my transformation, and brought me to a state of more happiness and health and everything, only because of this. We should call this as a satsang. What, it's not always of spirit, bhajans and this thing. Satsang is always association with good people who will motivate us in a journey where we are all alone. We feel lost, but in a journey of association with good people, we find that we are going the right path. Or if we go divert, also somebody is there to put us in the right path. So it is speeded up faster, and we know with confidence that we are going now in the right direction. That is what this association has really helped me in my journey. Thank you, Dr. Rashmi.
Thank you. Thank you for the beautiful sharing. We are so proud of you, Smitaji. Thank you. So who's going next? Elisavita.
Shall I go?
Yeah, please. Jeshtuman.
Actually, Panchakosha is not new to me. I have all knowledge about everything, but my application levels were very low. Like I used to gather knowledge everywhere, and so I would think, yeah, like I have to do something for myself. maybe for a few days I'll get into somewhere and do something, and then again I'm back to square one. Again, I really don't know. But then actually, after joining you, Rashmi, I feel that we have to work on ourselves and then enjoy the application, and then we really understand what actually, even if as for Panchakosha, yes, Manomaya is so important. Annamaya is so important. Pranamaya, we can everything. So when you actually apply it on yourself, you realize that it's so very important to apply and then enjoy life, just not have the knowledge.
Yeah.
So that is my journey. Is like I have been off and on with yoga practices, or not with much knowledge, but with knowledge and application, I think it's very good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jayshree madam, for that wonderful sharing. Yeah, so she brought up the beautiful point that we have to go hand in hand in terms of knowledge and practicing it. Otherwise, what really happens is we are overdoing one of the thing and we are underdoing other thing. So it's always about harmony between everything that we are doing. So I think that is where we can achieve that holistic happy journey quickly. Yeah. Thank you, Jayshree madam. Yes, Savita, please go ahead. ಹೇಳಿ.
ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬೇಬಿ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು, ಮೊದ್ಲೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬೇಬಿ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಂಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಏನು ಮೇಲಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ತರ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಬ್ರೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬೇಬಿ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟೇನ್ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್, ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಒಂದಿನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಒಬ್ಳೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಇದೆ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದಿನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಒಂದು 2-3-4 ಡೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದೇ ತರ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಒಂದೊಂದ್ ದಿನ ನಾನು ಅಪರೂಪಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಸ್ಮಿತಾಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಫೋನ್, ಮೊದ್ಲೇ ನಂಗೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾವತ್ತು ಒಂದಿನ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಈ ತರ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮಗನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದಿನ ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹೀಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಅವ್ರು, ನೀನ್ ಈ ತರ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು, ಯಾಕೆ ನೋಡು, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗು, ಏನು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಆ ತರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದೇ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗ್ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಈ ತರ ನನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗತ್ತಂತ ನಾನು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿರೋದಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಸುಮ್ನೆ, ಏನು ಡೈಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ ಬೇಕಂತ ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್, ನನ್ನ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ನನ್ನ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫುಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ನಾನು ಕಿರ್ಚಾಡೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೂ ಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ನಂಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ ಬಾದಿದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಇರು, ನಿಂಗೆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕು, ಸುಮ್ನೆ ನೀನು ಹೋಗೋದ್ ಬೇಡ. ಅದೇ ನನ್ಗೆ ಮನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಎಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು, ಡೈಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇದಿದೆ. ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ನನ್ನ ಬಾಡಿನೇ ನನ್ ಕೋಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಈವನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಎಲ್ರೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈವನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಳು ಸಹ ಫುಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ, ಇದ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಗನು ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಗನು, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮೊದ್ಲೇ ನಾನೇ ಕಿರ್ಚಾಡೋದಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನ್ ಸರಿ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ರು, ಈವನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಯಜಮಾನ್ರು ಸಹ ಎಲ್ರು ಏನೋ ಒಂಥರ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಒಂಥರ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಕ್ಕೆ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಇಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಈ ತರ ಮೊದ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ತರ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಒಂಥರ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನಿಂದನೇ ಈ ತರ ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ತರ ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಬಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಲ್ತ್, ಅದೇ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾನು ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಮೊದ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಮೊದ್ಲು, ಬಟ್ ನಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು 2 ಟೈಮ್ಸ್, ಈಗ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ಸರಿ ಸಂಕಷ್ಟ ಚತುರ್ಥಿ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆವಾಗ ನಾನು ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಏನು ನಂಗೆ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ನಾನು ಆರಾಮ್ಸೆ ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್, ಸಂಜೆ ತನಕ ಏನು ತಿಂತೀನಿ, ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದೇನಂತ ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಷ್ಟು ನಾನು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ ಹೋಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಂದನೇ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಇದು.
ಕಂಗ್ರಾಚುಲೇಷನ್ ಸವಿತಾ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿರೋದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಅಪ್ರಿಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಬಿಗ್ ರೌಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟು ಸವಿತಾ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಅವರ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೋ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಫ್ರಮ್ ಡೇ ಒನ್ ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ. So it is not that in the fitness program, holistic fitness program, we are just working at your body. We are working at lot of our, panchakoshas without awareness. However, the program is structured in such a way that whether you know about it or doesn't know about it, the flow happens, and then the results keep coming up. I think that's the beauty of this holistic fitness club, that we come together every day in the morning and then practice. Wonderful. We are so proud of you, Savita, and we are so happy for you and your family as well. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Savita. Who's going next? Thank you. Suma madam, share ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಾ ಏನ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಹುಡುಗಿ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಆತರ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಮದ್ವೆ ಆಯ್ತು, ಮಕ್ಳಾಯ್ತು. ಏನು ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂತಂದು ಇದೆ ಅಂತಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನ್ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗೇ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಅಥವಾ ಇಂತ ಒಂದು ಗೋಲ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆ ಗೋಲು ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಲೈಫ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬಂತು ಹಂಗೆ. ಅಷ್ಟ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯ ಯಾರೇ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ತಿರೋದ್ರು, ಇವ್ರು ತಿರೋದ್ರು, ಅಥವಾ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಜ್ವರ ಬಂತು, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಸಣ್ಣದ್ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಏನು ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು 45 ಆಗಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸುದರ್ಶನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿದೆ. ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇ ಈ ಪಂಚಕೋಶ ಅಂತ ಒಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿತ್ತು ನಂಗೆ. ಫುಲ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಚೂರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ದು 6 months ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಲ್ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಓ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅವಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಹೆಲ್ದಿಯಾಗೇ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಏನೋ ಸಣ್ಣ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಬಾಳ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅನ್ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೆಲ್ದಿಯಾಗೇ ಇದ್ದೆ ಮೆಂಟಲಿನೂ ನಾನು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಈಗ ಏನೋ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಇದು ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಓಹೋ ಹಿಂಗೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸದ್ಗುರುದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈ ತರನು ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ ಪ್ರಪಂಚನೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾಗಿ ಕಡೆಗೆ ನಿಮ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಆ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ. ಲೈಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇತ್ತು. ಈಗ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದೇ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಈಗ. ಮುಂಚೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಅಳು ಬರುದು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಏನಾದ್ರು ದೂರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಅಳು ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಈಗ ಹಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದೇ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಅದು ಗೋಲ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗೋದ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪನಾರು, ಈಗ ನಂಗೆ 54, ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೇರಿದ್ದೆ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಅಥವಾ ನಂಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಮನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಟೋಟಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಈಗ, ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ. ಅದೇ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲಿ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಈಗ ನೀವೇ ಗುರು ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Suma madam. See, because ನನಗೂ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ವರ್ಷ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿ ಕಮ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಇಸ್, ನನ್ಗೆ ಇರೋ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಸೂಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು. See, it is not that we don't have time. It is just that, we are not seeking help, which takes more time, alva. So when I go back to my experience, because I didn't take help, I invested 10 years. So now we are on the fast track because you're all willing to seek help, right? So that is where our journey becomes quicker, and that's where our success and growth is like, we're all in the highway where there's no traffic, no signal, no bumps. So we just have to be in the process. I think that's the beautiful way we can all transform quickly and better. I think that's the path that I chose around 10 years back. when I started seeking help from, I don't know where all I've gone just to seek knowledge and experience and learn from them. So now you're all, capable of receiving all that just staying at your home. So isn't that beautiful? Isn't that kept your journey so smoothly and so easily going, right? So let's not focus on ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಕಳೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಈಗ ಮುಂದೆ ಇರೋ ಸಮಯನ ಹೇಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ವಿ ಮೂವ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So that's the focus that we all have to be focusing on, so that we use our existing time with more value adding to that. ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾವೇ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವೇ ಮಾಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ 10 ವರ್ಷ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So better than that is we're all seeking help and we're all willing to take actions for that. So big round of applause to each one of you. Thank you, Suma Madam, for that wonderful sharing, and thanks to you. Wonderful. Anybody else who has a different experience or who has experienced same thing, want to share about it? I'm sure we all are able to connect to our own stories, no? I think we all have had our own version of story behind that. So going through that, we are able to experience in whatever way possible. So now the secret here is that seeking help, because it reduces the window period of time that I need to invest on learning, right? So ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆ, ನನಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. Then do I sit and overthink about that question, or do I go and ask someone who's already know the answer, or who might have a different opinion, or might throw a completely different question about it, right? Can you all relate to that? Anybody wants to share how that has shifted?
Yeah. So whatever I was thinking only from my perception, and I was coming to answers according to my understanding. But when I started interacting with Dr. Rashmi, I realized that it could be thought in a different way. And when I started thinking of my problems in a different way, it was so easy to solve and understand, because we are so restricted by our own thoughts and thinking that we think that's the only way. We feel very trapped. That is one thing that I was going through, trapped in my own understanding. But when I started opening up and bringing in more understandings and perception, things were easy to understand. Oh, this is all okay. I can think in that way. And I started seeing things in a more beautiful way, with better understanding and able to solve things in better way, because of these different aspects of thinking, different perceptions of thinking. That really mattered a lot. I really believe in that now. The more and more perceptions that we get in, the more understanding we get. We are very small when we think only from our mind. We have to open up our mind, welcome everybody's mind to it, and look at it. It makes it more beautiful, and it blooms. Problem becomes solutions for us.
That's so beautiful. Thank you, Smitaji, for that wonderful sharing. So how many of you can relate to what Smitaji said? I think I 100% agree with what Smitaji said, because see, we are limiting, we are narrowing our focus to only problems. Then what happens? We feel, oh my God, only my life is filled with problems. When we expand that vision and then see, oh, I have such beautiful things happening in my life, then the problem starts solving by itself over a period of time. However, it doesn't mean that I am not taking any action towards that problem. So I think many times we ignore our problems, we ignore our challenges, and then we feel, over a time it will get better. But then I experienced that it got worsened because I have not given any notice or any focus or any attention to that. Jayashree Madam, you want to share something?
Yeah. What Smita ma'am and you said is actually right. Sometimes when we get into the problem, we feel it is going to be never ending, and this is it. But when you look back, in your past there has been problems and it has got solved also, and we are still here, again, we are still here staying strong. So that portion I also agree. And you get a different perspective of your problem, and you also feel you are not the only one with problems. And there are people with much more problem and much intense problem, and you are actually much better off. So that itself gives you a better comfort.
True, true. Wonderful. I think that's the power of, being part of a tribe, where you feel that, you are not the only one, and, bringing same kind of mindset people under the same umbrella. So that is where you will interact, you will question, you will find answers, you will, ask other people the questions. Otherwise, people with different mindset, they are talking North Pole and we are talking South Pole. Yeah, there's no correlation, and you feel that, you are someone out of the box. Yeah, so here, bringing people who have the same kind of focus, and then who are working at the same goal is equally important. Otherwise, what happens? There is no connectivity in the tribe. See, even though we are all from different walk of life, we are all at different age group, we are all at different experiences, all of this, still we are connected because we have a same common goal of being happy and healthy, right? Yes or no? So it is irrelevant, what you are. Yes, Jayashree madam, you want to share something?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is, one more thing which I want to say, and being non-judgmental about each other, it's too very important.
Hmm.
And in our tribe, like, yes, nobody is judgmental about each other. There you can open up.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you just don't want to share. Yes, why should I share? I mean, if somebody is constantly judging you, you don't want to share, right?
I understand. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm glad that you found that in our tribe, Jayashree madam. Yes, we are all here. See, that is the reason we say it is a soul space, and this space is our second family. Each one of us agree on that, right? So there's no one else other than this family where we can be truly ourselves. I think so. When we start exploring our true self, that is when we'll be able to completely connect and relate to myself. Otherwise, I don't have the courage to even bring myself to that level, right? I'm constantly questioning my own beliefs, I'm constantly questioning what I'm experiencing, I'm constantly probing, am I doing the best thing? However, here you're all out, you see many more just like you who are, being themselves. I think that's where we start believing, okay, there's nothing wrong in being me. So once
We are
that
all
acceptance,
humans. Yeah, each one
yeah,
has their own. It's okay.
wonderful, wonderful. So far, thank you, Jayashree madam, for that wonderful sharing, and that feeling that I have space where I can be myself itself
Yeah,
is a huge courage, right? Yeah.
very
Otherwise, we
right.
are constantly contemplating whether am I being in the right space, or am I being right by being who I am. I think this is the question that constantly bothered all of us, right? So now, having found that kind of a tribe which holds space for you, for whoever you are, you know wherever stage, at whatever level, and whatever challenges each one of us are going through, we have a space for you. I think that's the beauty of being part of this tribe, right? So now, today we have discussed lot more deeper topics, and we have, still have so many questions. I completely understand. Okay. So having said this, what is your one takeaway that you want to work on for the next 15 days? So what's your takeaway from this session? What is your wow moment for today? Who wants to go? Savita, ಹೇಳಿ.
ವಾವ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
So
ತುಂಬಾ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂಥರ ಫ್ರೀ ಅನ್ಸ್ತು, ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು.
wonderful.
ಟೇಕ್ ಅವೇ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. That's beautiful. We are all so happy that you got the courage to share your experience, because even that is a big challenge, alva. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೂ ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಸಿಟೇಷನ್. Wonderful. We are so happy for your wow moment, Savita. We are so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes. So who's going next?
Yeah, same with me also. In the morning, I got to, interact with these people around me, and positive vibes and experience sharing and all that. It made my day, kind of a thing. I feel nice from morning itself. I started feeling nice, very nice, good mood. One part of the health.
So you've achieved already first goal of the day.
Yeah, true.
Wonderful. Congratulations to you, Smita ji. Congratulations. Yes, Suma madam.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇದೇನು ರಶ್ಮಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಏನ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದಾರಲ್ಲ.
Okay.
ಟೋಟಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಸುಮಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇಲ್ದೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಕೂತಿರೋ ಸ್ವಭಾವ ನಂದು. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಈ ಸೆಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದರಿಂದ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದೇ ನಂದು ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್.
Wonderful.
ನಾನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಂಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ, ಈಗ ಚೂರ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
So that's the beauty, no? So congratulations for your huge success, Suma madam. ಅವರು ಒಂಥರ ಈ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಾಂಬ್ ತರ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. So because she always says, ನನ್ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. That was her day one challenge. So now she's so comfortably opening up and sharing her experiences. I think that's a huge success, because see, when I'm sharing, it is not that just I know to talk or I don't know to talk. However, it is coming with lot of self-belief. ನಾನು ನಂಬಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. And it speaks so much more about the confidence that you're coming up when you're sharing. So it's lot of things that have fallen in place, fallen in line for you to come and share here openly. So I think that's a huge success, Suma madam. We are so proud of you and congratulations to you. Thank you. Wonderful. So who's going next? What's your wow moment today? Rishri madam, you there? Geeta, Gayatri madam. Okay. So wonderful. So today's takeaway. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead. You're on mute. You're on mute. Yeah.
I'm very new to the group,
Yeah, I understand.
so I want to reserve whatever I want to say, maybe a little later.
True. Wonderful. Thank you. So and I think
I'm doing it very consistently. That itself is very important for me, because I think it's nearing 1 month. I haven't missed even a single session. So I'm very happy about it. That's all I can say.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, this week's, star performer is Gayatri madam. She came on all the days on time and being there, and and she is a big motivation for all of us at her age, and the flexibility she has is awesome, and she's willing to do everything. So I think that's a huge success for our tribe, to have such people in our tribe, and constantly inspire and motivate, because we have a lot more to learn from her, with a lot of experience in the in the field of her expertise and life itself. Because I'm only half of our age. So I think there is lot more room for me to learn from each one of you, because I think that's the abundance that I feel in my life, that I'm connected to such wonderful people who are willing to share their learnings and who are still open to receive from the other end. So beauty, thank you so much, Gayatri madam, for being here, and big round of applause on your success of star performer. Thank you.
Thank you. No, one more thing I wanted to say was, ಶುರುನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಈ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹೆಸಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನನ್ಗೇನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಅವೇ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಸೇವ್ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು. If I can't do one thing, you give me some other activity I can do. So I think that's what is keeping me going. That initial hesitancy is gone now. So thank you.
Thank you. See, the whole purpose of bringing people is not to, give you size 0 or not to make you look thin. So the whole purpose is because we have to work at our body, mind, and soul journey. And this we are able to achieve only when I'm letting go my physical boundaries. So the whole purpose of doing that is to let go our rigidity and become more flexible, so that I'm becoming very receptive to all other possibilities. So we are not here to say put one more boundary which we have already put for ourselves in the real world. So this is a virtual world where we have created and where we are connected, and we feel this is our closest home, because we have that space for each one of ourselves. So it is nothing related to my age, or it is nothing related to my physical existence. It is what I am living in my mind. Yeah. So thank you so much, Gayatri madam, for being here and willing to go through that process, because it is never easy for any one of us. Let me be honest here, it was neither easy for me to start where I started. So with all that, we are here to hold space for each one of us, so that each person who comes in feels themselves and doesn't hesitate to be themselves. So thank you so much for your role in our tribe, because you are going to inspire many more people to be what they want to be and still experience where the journey that they want to go through. So thank you so much, Gayatri madam.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Yeah, Geeta, you're there? You want to share?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, okay. What's your wow moment, Geeta, today? We are not able to see you. Is it only me or okay?
No, it's my video off.
Okay, please go ahead.
Today's warm moment is I thought I was the only one. Now I get to know that no, I'm not the only one who is going through all this.
Wonderful. Yeah.
That's it.
Wonderful. Congratulations for that awareness that, and we are not the only one. The whole world is filled with all of them. Only thing is, few are willing to take that courage to do what is needed. I think so. That is what set this whole tribe. So we feel that everybody is complaining, but then nobody is willing to talk about it openly and then acknowledge to the world that I'm going through this. I think that is the space that we have built here, where we are openly telling, this is my challenge. So we are also seeing, when we are sharing that, we are getting more solutions to it, rather than tying ourselves with a big challenge and thinking, oh my God, this is my life and I have to limit myself here. So I think that's where the beauty is. So wonderful. Thank you, Geeta, for that wonderful, honest sharing. So Jayashree madam, you have anything to share?
No. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, nice. It is like actually nice. What like others said, early in the morning, it is introspection which helps. Rather than, so you think about yourself, you introspect, you analyze, and you are on a better platform so that you can help the others around you.
True, true. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Jayashree Madam, for that insight and sharing. We are so proud of you. So thank you so much, beautiful people, for taking time and being here and giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my little wisdom with you all. So for the next 15 days, you're going to introspect on all these 4 aspects. See, it's okay. You can drop the spirituality because that will come later. So let's focus on working on all these 3 aspects so that the next level will automatically comes into our life, right? Yeah. So that is when we are going to be connecting to ourselves. When I start exploring who I am as an individual, right? So because we have not thoughtfully put in ourselves, what really happened is we have lost ourselves over the period of time. Now that we are, getting into the regular practice of finding me, because all this is only to find me, right? However, can I just suddenly go and say, this is me, and then I will face it? No, that doesn't happen, because even though I know me, I'm not willing to accept that part of me, right? So I think going through this process makes our, life much more easier. And then, we are all now that going together in the highway. I think it's a beauty that we know we are all going to reach our goals together and quicker, and we are also going to take many more people together. I think that makes our whole process also beautiful. So thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. See you all in the next session. Yeah, keep thoughtful about your processes now. Yeah, so wonderful. Thank you. Have a great day. We will all meet again. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashmi.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thanks, all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.